like I'm delivering a speech. Let's all take a deep breath and realize the fact that I just went to the Stray Kids concert. Wow. 2 months ago, I was watching Stray Kids videos, making collages, writing stories, and drawing fan art. 1 month ago, Stray Kids released that they would be touring Australia. 1 month ago, I bought VIP tickets. And a day ago, I met Stray Kids. Like, how did I deserve this? Oh my gosh. The concert was such a surreal experience, and everything flew by so fast. Before I start my little rant, I just want to thank the staff and the at the centre who made it possible for me to have a safe and a secure night. The day before the Stray Kids concert, I broke my foot, landing myself in a boot and crutches. Everything ached and I was in so much pain, and it was really, really uncomfortable for me to get around. I was super worried that I'd get squished in the sea of bodies in the VIP section, but luckily I got some help from the staff who helped everyone that was injured or disabled and enjoy their night. They allowed us to go in about 10 minutes before everybody else went in, which meant that we could get in there safely and get a spot that'd make us feel comfortable. This landed me in the very front row in the very centre, clutching onto the railing with my 2 best friends beside me protecting me. It was the safest way, and my foot stayed protected and unharmed for the rest of the night. And I'm so grateful that I had such an amazing night and that my foot didn't have to bother me, because that's what I was nervous about. I also managed to get some really amazing photos and videos. Moving on to the actual concert. The concert was a blast, with everyone screaming and cheering so loud. My voice was breaking, and after each set of songs I couldn't hear a thing. But when Stray Kids came back on stage each time and the music started to play, all my worries vanished. We had about an hour to wait until the concert started, and this was a good time to talk to other stays, learn about each other and our biases, and have a nice time communicating with some people. There was also some faint Stray Kids music playing through the speakers, which everyone sung to as well. Us Aussie stays were also singing the national anthem, Rubber Ducky You're the One, screaming Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! And then singing along to all the songs that were playing before they came on. The concert started about 10 minutes late, but Stray Kids eventually ran on and the crowd went crazy. All of the energy that the crowd had built up over the past few days, weeks and months all showed at that moment. I'll quickly go through the set list of what was played. I don't want to go into too much detail describing each of the songs. Like, you can imagine how amazing it all was and all the energy. What I did notice though, I saw the BTS movie a couple of weeks before Stray Kids, and I realized that for most of BTS's songs, they were, I guess, like, running around the stage and around, and since the venue was massive, they were interacting with, like, other fans and all that kind of stuff from quite a lot of their songs, and it was only the first few that they had, actual costumes and were, like, I guess, dancing. But with Stray Kids, every single song that they did, besides the last one, they danced for. Most of the songs were really energetic. So the choreography was really powerful and really amazing. Even songs like Get Cool and Awkward Silence, they still danced in each of them, but there were little parts where they would, go around the stage. And speaking about dancing, Seungmin was injured. A lot of people know this because of the Melbourne concert. Yeah, so he sat in a chair for the entirety of the concert, but he still enjoyed himself, did little hand movements to the choreography, and was acting adorable, and yeah. The first song that they came out on was Elevator, then they performed Beware, Awaken, and then finally District 9. The first thing I noticed when they came out was Chan, and he just looked so amazing. I don't know what it was, but then as I looked at the other members, just seeing them under the light, seeing them there in front of me as, like, people, it was really, really amazing. After those 2 songs, they did their introductions. 1, 2, 3, hello, we are and talked a little bit. Then they did their Who intro, which is one of my favorite performances, the one with the mirror. This led them into the I Am Who album, where they did Insomnia and Voices. Voices is actually a big highlight for me. I like the song, but it wouldn't be one of my favorites from the album. But the performance it was phenomenal. Wow. They then took another break, talked a little bit and hyped up the crowd and each other, with Seungmin leading everyone in the first part of My Face. They each did their own little versions of the start, which was really, really cute.
Sing it! Now, sing it. 촬영, let's get it. 현진 sex version.
My Face was probably my favorite piece to watch. The crowd was going crazy and yelling out the fan chants, and Stray Kids were dancing so powerfully and with so much energy, but still holding their goofy smiles the whole way through. It was just such a nice song to join in with, and even looking back at the videos now, I still just have the biggest smile on my face while watching it. Then Stray Kids transitioned into I Am You with My Side. After those two songs, they had a little break where they talked a bit about performing in Australia and how much the members also loved Australia. It was really, really nice to see, and also someone's English is the cutest thing ever.
Guys, sorry that I got hurt. Really looking forward to have fun with you guys today.
Then, my favorite part. They had to do this little game where they had to show little poses. Most of it was cute. And Chan and Felix both performed, both presented a cute Aussie saying or song. It was great.
How about we start off with the cutest member about this? Cute. I liked it. Iron? Say 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, everyone, count 3. 1, 2, 3. Aussie. Iron was cute. Oh yeah, you're cute too. One, two, three. Kookaburra sitting. Wait, who called me out? Wait, Han. 1, 2, 3. Choose. Okay. One, two, three. Okay. Everyone, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So, call it on calling, right? Hello? 1, 2, 3. Seated. Everyone, apparently Lena prepared something special for today. Sexy dance, okay. 노래 보여줄게요. 이거 알 거예요. 같이 불러주세요. 네, 이거는 너무 Yeah. Can you count 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3! Good night, Mike. That was cute. I love it. That was cute.
No, I didn't say it.
He was hiding. You're the last person. And everyone's waiting. There's like a lot of people inside. Luna Park is waiting. Sydney is waiting for you, Felix. 1, 2, 3!
Alright, so now that we've showed our funny, cute poses, I believe now we should move on to the next final segment.
This is when the concert started to loosen up, and we got used to seeing Stray Kids, and it really felt like everyone in the audience and everyone and all the members were just friends with each other playing a fun game. It was really cool. And after that mess, they performed IMU, and then had another little break, which showed a video of them preparing their set list. And showing how much they wanted to spread the message across to stay, and also present their IM series in a good way. This video showed videos from their pre-debut, with Mixtape 2 as a song in the background, and then videos from them training over the past year. It had such a powerful message about the band, and a heartwarming message to stay. They then came back on in their groups of 3 from pre-debut. Seungmin and Hyunjin singing 4419, which is my favourite Stray Kids song. Felix, Changbin and Lino singing Glow. And then finally the true children, Woojin, Han and I am performing School Life, with the rest joining in halfway through the song. This led to another break with them saying their goodbyes and giving speeches. Each of them talked about how grateful they are for the other members. Felix and Chan's speech has made most of Stay cry, with both of them being so happy to be back in Sydney and performing in Australia for the first time. The smiles and tears that were shared during this time were something special that Stray Kids shared with us. After all the warm heartedness of the moment, Stray Kids returned with Awkward Silence, Get Cool, and Yeah Yeah Yeah. This trio was probably the best 3 songs of the night, with the after energy of their heartfelt moments and opening up to Stay. They could be themselves around us, and that's exactly what they did, incorporating their goofy expressions, funny poses, and occasional fan service into the dances. This was then followed their goodbyes.
Felix, you want to say something to Stay? In the lowest tone possible. Stay. You guys are the love of my life.
Bringing King Seungmin to the center stage and performing their final song, Grow Up. This song was very special to me, as it was the first song that I appreciated from Stray Kids, and the first song that got me to stand them. With the confetti blasting through the air, and all of Stay singing along with Stray Kids after a night of fun and excitement, the moment felt magical. Everyone was smiling, crying, and relishing in the final moments of the concert. Some of my favourite sweet moments was Wu-chan being adorable as always, Chan and Felix's speeches, and the rest of the members being so excited to be in Australia, along with their post-game and their smiles and energy during the songs. On another side, I also got noticed by the members quite a lot, and it was a really special moment when you'd scream out their name and wave wildly, and they'd notice you and wave and smile back, with a finger heart or something special. Changbin, Woojin and Minong were the sweetest for me when it came to this. I got noticed by them a lot, and whenever they would see me, the biggest smile would appear on their faces. Same when they interacted with other Stays. The power of Stay! I feel like Stray Kids were really, really happy to be there and really happy to see Stay as well, which was really, really nice. After the concert was high touch, for VIP only. And due to my injury, myself and some others had to go first so we could maneuver ourselves easily rather than getting pushed around in the line. So after the concert, we stayed back for a few minutes wondering if we had to go or not, and then we eventually moved out. Stay was really, really nice. I didn't realize how packed the VIP section was, or how packed the place was in general as I was all the way up the front. And just moving from one end of the section to the other really made me realize how many people were here to see Stray Kids and how many people there actually were. But everyone was really nice, everyone made way, and it really helped me get through, especially with my crutches. I remember going up the elevator and walking into the room where the high touch was. Stray Kids weren't there yet, but I saw the tables and the banners, and I immediately got really, really giddy. We waited in the hallway for a bit. I talked to a few other Stays, and then they brought the curtain across so Stray Kids could walk through the hallway and get into the room. I was up first for high touch, and as soon as they opened the curtain in the hallway for us to go through in the big room, my heart froze. I was thinking, wait, it can't already be high touch time, and it feels like I bought the tickets yesterday. Anyways, I hobbled out and I saw them behind the tables only a few meters away. As I came out, they all cooed and awed, and Felix and Chan both said, "It's okay, and take your time," which was the sweetest. So having 9 beautiful eyes on me at once made me so flustered, so after a quick peek at the members, I didn't know where to look, the floor or them. With that peek though, the first thing I noticed was Changbin and how beautiful he looked. He had such a nice smile on his face that my heart immediately warmed. I got up to the table, and everything from then on was a blur. I remember speeding through everyone, looking up at Changbin for a second at the start, and moving on hastily. The only thought going through my head being, little hand touch, and a high five or else I'd topple over, hands on crutches, move forward. The only thing I saw the whole time was their hands, which I regret so much, as I had so many things I wanted to say to them, and I wish I could have seen their faces. I wanted to compare and see how tall Changbin actually was. I wanted to see Ian's cute little smile with his braces off, and I wanted to see Hyunjin's eye smile, but I didn't look at them at all, and like not even a peek, which I really regret. But my sister, who was behind me, she remembers the order, so it went Changbin, Hyunjin, Ian, Woojin, Lino, Han, Felix, and then Chan. As I got to Jisung though, I remembered that I actually had a voice, and I told him he looked very pretty, but I didn't look at him for more than a second, as I was too shy and flustered because of my crutches. Then I got to Felix, and boy, am I glad that I looked at his face. I could hear his little chuckle and his eyes on me as I approached him, and I looked up at him, and he had the most gorgeous smile ever, and his eyes were so pretty. His eyes were scrunched up into a cute little eye smile, and oh, man. I quickly told him, "You're so beautiful and I love you," before moving on to Chan. Realizing that I was at a high touch and that I had a bit more time due to my injury, I held his hand a little longer, and he held mine too. I have so much respect for Chan out of all the leaders of the bands that I stand, as he is just so loving to everyone, not just the members but stay as well. And so the only thing I could think of was, "You're amazing." So I told him that, and then I exited the line. I walked towards the stairs and then realized I couldn't go downstairs, so I retreated to the elevator, passing the tables again. Since there was the rest of the day, waiting at the start of the line for other injured or disabled people to finish, there was no one at the first few members, so on my way down I shouted, "Bye, I love you," and Muno gave me the biggest smile ever and gave me a massive heart. Even though I regret being so shy at the start of High Touch and not admiring most of the members, my Stray Kids concert experience was exciting, happy, heartwarming, and most of all, safe and comfortable. Finally, thank you to Stray Kids, the staff, and everyone involved that made last night the best night of my life.
Thank you, Cindy. You guys are amazing. Thank you. You guys were amazing today. I can't forget you guys. Thank you. We will back one day, okay? Thank you so much. Wait for us. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. We hope to see you next time. Thank you. We're supposed to come back. We will come back. And do you guys want to be here with us? Yeah, that's a promise. Love you, Cindy. Thank you, guys. Thank you. 그럼 저희 마지막으로 어디 갈까요? Okay. Alright, for the very last time, let's go. 1, 2, 3. 어디. Woo! Thank you. Thank you once again. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. See you. Thank you. Thank you once again. You're beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! We'll come back for me.